Hello and welcome to episode number 56 of Monster Kid Radio, the podcast devoted to the classic and sometimes not so classic genre cinema of yesteryear. And this week, I, your producer and host, Derek M. Cook, is going to spend a little time getting further into the Christmas mood, the Christmas spirit, Christmas Haunted House. I am in the parking lot outside the 13th Door, which is one of Portland, Oregon's longest-running, award-winning haunted houses. The 13th Door has had a number of locations in the Portland area over the years, and now they have a permanent home, and I am about to go inside because on Friday the 13th, which is when I'm actually recording right now, they are throwing open their doors for a Christmas-themed haunt. I don't know what to expect outside of Krampus. My understanding is that Krampus will be available for a photo op. And if I can get my picture taken with Krampus, well, that'll be the episode image of this episode of Monster Kid Radio. You can check it out over at monsterkidradio.net. You can also find links to anything that we ever talk about on any episode of Monster Kid Radio over there. You can find links to all of the bands that appear here on the show. You can also find our contact information. monsterkidradio@gmail.com is our email address. Our voicemail line is 503-479-5657. That's 5MKR. And a lot of folks used that voicemail line recently because I put the call out to previous guests of Monster Kid Radio, anybody who's appeared on the show since our launch in May. I've asked them if they wanted to maybe send a holiday greeting out to the listeners of Monster Kid Radio. So anybody who has contributed to the show that had the opportunity to call in, you're going to hear from them in this show. I also put the call out on Facebook to just anybody, really. And I had some listeners call in as well. So I'm going to share those holiday greetings with everybody in this episode. Then after that, we're going to do the walkthrough of the haunted house, the Krampus haunted house here at the 13th Door. And then we'll wrap up with a song from the Nick Adams. You know, I'm going to butcher this song title. It's in German. Kein Weihnachten für Sie? I don't know. Despite my last name being German and my having a lot of German blood in me, I can't speak it or understand it. It is supposedly a traditional German Christmas song. At least that's the parenthetical in the title listing on the album Christmas Record by the Nick Adams. Of course, you can find a link to the band's website in the show notes, and you can go check out the rest of their music. It's all really good stuff. Of course, wait until you're done listening to this episode of Monster Kid Radio, which will begin with the Christmas greetings from guests past and hopefully future.
Hi, this is Ruby.
And I'm Hater.
And we host the Mimiverse Bonfire Podcast.
A podcast based on Christopher R. Mim, a Minnesota filmmaker who's got 8 films under his belt, soon to be 9.
And they're all 1950s-style black and white movies.
The podcast revolves around actors, the making of the films, and various other little fun bits.
And technicians.
You can find us at sainteuphoria.com.
Or like us on Facebook.
That would be the Mimiverse Bonfire Podcast. Hope you tune in.
Hey there, Monster Kids. This is Derek's cohort and co-host Casey from the 1951 Down Place podcast, as well as Bloody Good Horror and the Instamatic. I'd like to wish you all a very happy holiday and well wishes going into the new year. Until next time, bye-bye.
Yeah, this is Dr. Gangrene, Physician of Fright, TV horror host in Nashville, Tennessee, sending spooky greetings to everyone there at Monster Kid Radio from my secret hidden laboratory here on the mysterious Shackle Island. I wanted to wish you all a very scary Christmas and a happy new year. May it be a year of gods and monsters and a successful 2014 to each and every one of you. And last but not least, I have to say, John Agar does indeed rule.
Holiday greetings to all the Monster Kid Radio fans from Paul Curtis. Watch more serials. They're good for you.
Hiya, boys and girlies out there in Monster Kid Land. This is your old pal, Krusty Bubbles, calling in to say have a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. Hope you get all the presents from your Santa Claus and don't be bad, or I'll come visit you, and that would make you all very sad.
Yes, hi, it's Terry from over at Paleo Cinema Podcast and the Martian Driving Podcast, wishing everybody a Monster Kid Radio happy holidays. I hope everybody gets some great movies for Christmas, and take care, and I'll be listening next year. Goodbye.
This is Paul McComas, author of Fit for a Frankenstein, Planet of the Dates, and Unforgettable, Harrowing Futures, Horrors, and Dark Humor. You may have heard my August 2013 two-parter with Derek about Lon Chaney Jr. in honor of the 40th anniversary of Lon's death. Or you may have caught our recent two-parter on I Walked with a Zombie, commemorating that film's 70th anniversary, an interview that actually ran longer than the movie. The holidays should be a time of gratitude, and this year, Derek, I'm exceedingly grateful for your warm welcome onto your podcast. Thanks also to my publisher, Stephen D. Sullivan, for introducing us. And I'm grateful to your audience, for whom we'll keep exploring the many different levels of these rich, rewarding films that continue to stand the test of time. Even a man who is pure at heart and says his prayers by night will tune into Monster Kid Radio when the Bethlehem star shines bright, or something like that. Merry Christmas, happy belated Hanukkah, and a nefarious New Year to all of Monster Kiddom from my little corner of it, found online at paulmccomas.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Richard Chamberlain, a.k.a. Richard from Wichita. Of course, with my blog, Monster Movie Kid, at monstermoviekid.wordpress.com. I'm wanting to wish a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever other holiday that you celebrate or may not even celebrate during the holiday season. Just want to wish you and yours a great December, a great end of the year, whatever the case may be. Thank you for your support, not only through Monster Kid Radio and my appearances this year, but as well through Monster Movie Kid and just in general, whether it be on Facebook or what have you. It's been a very busy year for me personally, but I've been able to keep that blog going, had a few breaks in there, and have some exciting things coming up in 2014. Thinking about making a few changes and tweaks that I think will make the blog even better. Hopefully looking at another appearance on Monster Kid Radio in 2014. But again, just want to thank everyone and really this time of year, just wish you and yours a fantastic holiday season and take time to do the most important thing, and that's to spend time with family. And maybe if you can sneak in a good monster movie along the way, that'll be fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays. And again, this is Richard Chamberlain with monstermoviekid.wordpress.com. Richard from Wichita, whatever you want to call me. Thank you for all your support this year. Take care. Happy holidays.
Hi, this is Christopher R. Mim, the writer and director of The Giant Spider and the Mimiverse series of films. I would like to wish you and all the listeners out there in Monster Kid Land a happy holidays. And stuff.
I'm dreaming of a white zombie. Hey, this is Steve Sullivan, author of White Zombie, Daikaiju Attack, and half a billion other books. Just wishing all of you monster kids out there happy holidays, a very Merry Christmas, and a very Happy New Year. Play safe out there. See you at the monster movies.
Hello, everyone, from Santa's Workshop. This is Scott, and I'm here with my wife, Tracy, at the end of a long day helping out Santa with all the toys.
We're here to wish all the Monster Kid Radio listeners and Derek a very Merry Christmas and joyous New Year from all of us here at the Disney Indiana Podcast.
We've been honored to spend some time here on MKR discussing films with Derek, and we're looking forward to doing so again in 2014.
And before we leave Santa's Workshop, well, we've got the big man himself who'd like to say a couple of words.
Now, Santa Claus! Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everyone! Ho, ho, ho!
Merry Christmas from Mars! Ooh, I hope Droppo Claus brings me a ray gun for Christmas.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Hey.
Calling all Monster Kids, this is Eric Reanimator, a.k.a. Eric Peterson, wishing everybody a happy holiday. And looking forward to more Monster Kid Radio in 2014.
Checking it twice. Frankenstein wanted a shiny new truck, a new chain for Yanish, a brace for Igor's back, a shaver for the Wolfman, a new cape for Drac.
It was a master's holiday.
They were up to no
Jeez. God sakes. Probably good. Would you like to see Christmas slip on? Please have your seat ready. was fun. So first of all, shout out to Tom Doffel. Tom's appeared on the show in limited capacity in the past. He's joined me for some Monster Kid Radio crashes, and he's the man responsible for rebuilding the Monster Kid Radio main computer. Actually, he didn't rebuild it. He built a brand new Monster Kid Radio home computer there at the Monster Kid Radio studios. He was supposed to join me for this Krampus haunted house. However, his wife wasn't feeling well, so he wasn't able to join me. Now, I've since heard back from him by text, and she's okay, which is awesome. But, Tom, just so you know, I got your back, brother. We're thinking about you. Positive thoughts. Well, as positive as I could be while I'm being chased around by somebody dressed up as a crazy little elf in the haunted house. So, first of all, this wasn't necessarily a Christmas Krampus party as it was billed. It was basically just a haunted house experience with a photo op at the very beginning. And yes, I got my picture taken with Krampus. I should have had the recorder on, but I didn't think to get it out of my pocket in time. He asked me if I'd been naughty or nice this year. I told him I've been trying real hard to be naughty, and he said, good. A couple people hula hooping with those light up hula hoops in the parking lot. There was a truck from Voodoo Donuts, which Voodoo Donuts is awesome, by the way. If you live here in Portland, Oregon, or even if you don't, you know Voodoo Donuts is awesome. And then I went through the haunted house by myself, and I think at times they kind of forgot I was in there by myself because there were a lot of periods where I was left alone. Either that or they just short-staffed it because it was just a one-night-only Christmas thing. A lot of it was just a haunted house with some creepy Christmas music playing. You guys heard it. A lot of it was just haunted house, typical haunted house stuff. And I don't want to say typical because I'm downplaying it. As a haunted house, the 13th floor has it going on. It was pretty awesome. I don't think I've ever been in a haunted house that had running water effects. There were some busted pipes with water flowing through them. That was really neat. I liked that. I appreciated that. And because I was by myself and because they forgot about me for a little while, I stalled. I took my time and really enjoyed and took in the atmosphere. That was really neat. Also, you probably heard me giggle a little bit without a scare involved in the walkthrough because they had a sign from Camp Crystal Lake on the wall. Yeah, it was the only Friday the 13th reference they had in there. And yeah, I know it's supposed to be all Christmas Krampus themed, but it is Friday the 13th. I do have a mad love for the Friday the 13th franchise, so it was cool to see that. No Jason and nothing else, just boom, it's there, move on. There were a few times when a creepy elf or two would show up, But again, it was just pretty much your haunted house with a Christmas skin on top of it. Would I do it again if they did it again next year? Yeah, I would. And I'd hope maybe Tom's wife is feeling well enough that they can come out and join me, or anybody else in the area. I put this thing together at kind of the last minute. That's why I didn't promote it very much here at Monster Kid Radio. But if they do it again next year, yeah, we'll make it a big group event. Let's go do it. Let's crash Krampus's haunted house. And on that note, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Again, check out monsterkidradio.net for all of the information you need about this podcast. And next week, you heard Scott in the Christmas greetings, and he referenced Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. We talked about it a little bit in the holiday gift guide on Tuesday. He's going to be coming back to the show next week, and we're going to be talking about that movie here on the show. And he's seen the movie in multiple formats at this point. It'll be fun to chat with him about this movie that he really digs. So we'll do that next time on Monster Kid Radio. And big thanks to everybody who called in and left a holiday greeting. Really appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody's participation and love and support of Monster Kid Radio over the past year. 2014 is going to be even better. Big plans, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Monster Kid Radio is a registered service mark of Monster Kid Radio LLC. All original content of Monster Kid Radio by Monster Kid Radio LLC is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. However, that does not apply to the song Kein Weihnachten für Sie, the traditional German Christmas song. It is by the band The Nick Adams. It appears in this episode of Monster Kid Radio with their permission, and it appears on their album, Christmas Record. Talk to you next week.
A piece of tape here, and we'll make a little fold here. Put a little ribbon. No, don't.
Wingard, what are you doing?
Nothing.
What is that behind your back?
That's not a bomb for Dr. Ted Nelson and a Christmas present.
Is that a bomb for Dr. Ted Nelson as a Christmas present?
I just said, yeah, it is. All right.
Don't you know what's going to happen?
He'll blow up.
Well, yeah, he'll blow up.
There you go.
But the Christmas police are going to get you.
What the hell are you talking about?
Don't you know the Christmas police?
No, I don't know the Christmas police.
Well, they're just an elite force that... Oh, wait, shh.
What?
Listen. What? Do you hear them? They're coming after you, and I am gone. Goodbye.
What? You ratted me out, man.